Okay. Welcome Monday. We are working on our mission 5. Even though I think that looks like a 6 there. But let me see what we have here. Yeah, here it is. So the first one is blood flukes, which are like leeches, just so you know. So let us move this, hopefully, out of our way. And we are going to play the video first. And I've got the other screen up also.
Now, lest you think all this tree building's only good for playing online games like this one.
Evolution is exceedingly important in understanding how we combat disease, for instance.
Solve each of the puzzles in this mission to gain a key insight into human health, like some diseases are caused by parasites.
The host and the parasite are always in this really intimate dance together.
You'll find out just how intimate in Puzzle 1. In Puzzle 2, you'll discover that
the tree of life makes a difference in whether people live or die.
You'll work out which medicine to give to a patient who's been bitten by a venomous but unknown snake. And in the last puzzle, figure out where HIV came from. Your stakes in this mission couldn't be higher.
Okay, so lots of good information, especially with us being in this pandemic. So let us start with the flukes. They sort of are snail-like, but they attach to people and suck your blood like a vampire. Yeah. So let us look at each information. Let us work our way through. So, Spirohematobus, as some fish were evolving into the early tetrapods that later became turtles, their parasites adapted as well and began to split off into different families. So this fluke, S. hematobius, parasites the freshwater snapping turtle that we all see in our ponds. There's ponds all over Stanford. I didn't have a pond either, but I could walk right down the hill and there was a pond.
Oh, I said you have a pond. I have ponds in my house. I have the lakes, a lot of lakes around my house.
Okay. So I built a pond in my backyard, by the way.
Okay.
And I do not have any fish. I went to Fishbowl on Hope Street, and they're charging like $150 for a little tiny.
The fish is at first for the ones in a little container. They're like probably $1.
But these are specific for living in ponds.
Oh.
And they can live through the winter.
It's a goldfish, right? Goldfish can live in ponds.
No. What is it? Kelp? Anyway, too much money. I'm too cheap. So I put in lilies, real lilies, and when they bloom in the summer, they've taken. I have one plant that's white and one plant that's pink.
Oh wow!
And It looks fake. It's so beautiful. So
I love flowers.
maybe I'll post this summer a picture when it blooms again. Excuse me. So this particular fluke infects turtles and crocodiles. Oh, we'll come back to that.
You like thistle and honeysuckle flowers?
Oh, I love.
That's the flowers for your sign. Like Aries? That's
No, that's wrong. My flower is violets.
Violet?
Yes,
For real?
for real. And I have wild violets in my yard. So I don't know what site is telling.
It really told me that it says that
My
it's a
my
different thing, never mind.
my ring is diamond, which I gave all the diamonds away, except for now I have my mother's ring, but it won't fit on my finger. So sometime I have to take it to the jeweler.
The jeweler.
It's a gorgeous ring.
I know, it is.
And because my father took my Aunt August's stones
August?
and added them. So there's the blue sapphire and diamonds.
The August?
My mother was December.
Oh, December? Oh, okay. I would say because I think the August one is period. It's the green. It's green. It's some green gem. Period.
Oh, emerald.
No, not emerald. No.
No,
I think Taurus is emerald. I think yeah.
that's a pretty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's our second fluke. And notice you can see their internal organs. They're semi-translucent. So I'm not even going to try to say this name. So there are approximately 130 blood flukes that have been identified in fish. And this infects the heart and the gills of the red snapper. So there's over 100 parasite species that attack the red snapper, which everybody seems to love to eat. But it's the only one known to specialize on the fish's blood, the blood fluke.
I don't really like fish. I like salmon though.
Oh, I love swordfish.
Swordfish?
I love swordfish, and for years now the price has been outrageous.
Oh wow, I need
Like $12, $13 a pound. Stu Leonard's this week said $7.99 a pound. I was like, oh, I should drive up there, but
We toured New York.
it's too far.
Too far. My grandpa used to own a market. I didn't know until he told me the other day. I was like, you used to own a fish market? He was like, yeah. I was like, dang.
All right, so here's the next fluke. Pretty colors. Look at its two little eyes. So this crocodiles are most closely related to humans than turtles. Really? But when we look at their parasites, the opposite is true. That is, croc and turtle blood flukes are most similar. This is an example of host switching, in which two distant related organisms, the crocodiles and the turtles, share a closely related parasite, likely because of overlapping environments. And yes, they both live, if you live down south, in watery, swampy areas. All right, and here is another turtle one. Current research suggests that humans and green sea turtles are actually more genetically different than their blood flukes are. H. mahari looks and acts much more like the fluke that inhabits humans than the one that affects freshwater turtles. Which, by the way, I heard a news article coming in today. I don't know if you had heard, but in the February, Texas had that freezing cold that went through,
Oh, yeah, they power went out?
and all the power went out. Well, it also disturbed all the turtles. All the turtles, froze, and
Internally?
yeah, and so a whole bunch of people saved all these turtles, including but they saved thousands.
Oh, wow.
Elon Musk, you know, the rocket guy and the Tesla, he owns Tesla.
Elon.
Musk, Musk, donated a generator to keep the turtles warm.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so today they took them all back to the beach, and they all
That's a lot of money.
yeah, they all went back. Let's see, Texas
Somebody gave me that much.
turtles. Is this it? Oh, let's go to YouTube. Actually, yeah. Yeah, here it is. Look at all these huge turtles.
Good morning from the South Padre Island Convention Center. Day 3 of sea turtle rescue operations continue. We got power and water back at 3 o'clock last night. We are probably somewhere in the neighborhoods of upwards of 2,500 turtles. We've expanded down both wings. The heat is coming back up in the corridor, and we expect volunteers to start showing up here any minute. Again, day 3 of operations here of sea turtle rescue.
More than 20 million people use Grammarly every day.
Oh, this was what? Here it is. 2 days ago. Here is about the
brutal deep freeze in Texas didn't just take a large human toll. It also impacted thousands and thousands of sea turtles. They were left cold stunned by that cold snap.
Yeah, thankfully though, many of them were rescued. They were nursed back to health and returned to the sea. But the recovery period has been a little longer for one big turtle.
And that's where NBC's Carrie Sanders picks up the story. Hi, Carrie. Good morning.
Well, good morning. You know, the incredibly now warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico are going to be home once again to this amazing green sea turtle, 150 pounds. We're on South Padre Island where Sea Turtle Inc. has been working. Let me put my mask on here as I get a little bit closer. You can see the volunteers back here. This is the guy right here. His nickname is Falcon Heavy, and that's an homage to SpaceX, which we'll explain in a minute. But really exciting moment, because this is one of 5,000 sea turtles that was rescued during that terrific, horrible freeze back in February. This morning, one very resilient sea turtle is finally ready to go home.
It's gonna be a very emotional moment.
In February, the deadly Texas deep freeze left millions without power, and the Gulf of Mexico bitter cold. That cold snap triggered a heartbreaking scene. More than 5,000 sea turtles bobbed to the surface. Some washed ashore, cold stunned into suspended animation. The Laguna Madre water temperatures had plummeted from 80 to 37 degrees in just 4 days. Volunteers from Sea Turtle Inc. came to the rescue, marshaling the largest cold-stunned rescue effort in history. One big problem: the cold had knocked out electricity needed to warm the turtles back up. Then a massive generator arrived, sent by Elon Musk and nearby SpaceX.
They in fact pulled the generator off the launch pad. And that generator happened to be a phase 3 generator, and it happened to be exactly what we needed.
Days later, conditions improved for most to slide back home.
Realtor.com put the best search tools in my hands, and that's how I got this house.
All you gotta do is go to Realtor.com or download the app.
It's so many.
But the turtle nicknamed Falcon Heavy had to stay behind.
He had really swollen eyes, almost like a predator had attacked him. So he really needed the last few weeks for medication and a little TLC.
Password.
During the freeze, veterinary tech Nina Navi
Education. I'm trying to set up a
18-hour days in a
network.
row. Falcon
Oh.
Heavy, one of her toughest
I'm just trying to
patients.
print something.
Had he not been brought here and given his treatment?
Unfortunately, I don't think that turtle would have made it. Whoever rescued that turtle got there just in the nick of time.
And now this morning, Falcon Heavy, named in honor of the SpaceX rocket, is ready for his own liftoff. How do you feel about Falcon Heavy returning?
I have never been happier to evict a patient in my life. We have all rallied for him. We wish the best, and it's gonna be beautiful.
And so here we are at the moment. Ready? 3, 2, 1, launch. Okay, so here it goes. Falcon Heavy. Remember? Oh, it's actually, look at that. And Wendy's here with us. He's making his way. First of all, tell me, how do you feel seeing this moment?
You know, this is what Sea Turtle Inc. is all about. This is the epitome of our mission, and it is so overwhelming after treating and rescuing more than 5,300 turtles to watch Falcon Heavy go back into the Gulf of Mexico. It's overwhelming.
And the waters are warm, so it's wonderful. I'm sort of curious, when we're looking at Falcon Heavy here, who's paused for moments, wild animals, not necessarily just gonna run in like a pet or something chasing a stick. But I'm curious, when the turtles were found, many of them you thought were dead because you couldn't really find a heartbeat. What was that all about?
That's the really interesting thing about sea turtles. When they cold stun, they can slow their heart rate down to even 1 beat per minute. So it's really important that we give them time and a good cold temperature to just help them relax and come back to it. And Falcon Heavy is a perfect example of that. He just needed a little downtime, a little R&R.
So green turtle, about 150 pounds here, approximate age?
He's about 20 years old.
And his lifespan could be?
He could go anywhere from 80 to 100 years.
And is he walking along the side of the beach because of us and the cameras? Are we in his way?
Don't we all love to walk the beach? They live in this beautiful ocean. So he will make his way in, and you'll see him do that. It's really important for us that we allow them as best we can to make their way back into the ocean.
And so one thing that was amazing is during the moment of all the rescues, this was not just Sea Turtle Inc., but you coordinated volunteers. How did that happen? What happened to the community?
You know, it's just a perfect example of people helping others. It was a Herculean
Yeah, I
effort
did.
by the
He was supposed to fix it
when they
over
saw we were in
vacation.
need. This
Oh,
was
he
the
came to
largest
fix it?
recorded
Because
cold stun in
it froze
history.
and I'm
And
trying to
we
cut it
needed
off.
help, and boy did the
It
community
just-
rally
I
to give
can't
us
get
that
it
help.
to cut off.
Thousands of people came
Um,
and spent
unplug it
12
from
and
the
14
wall.
hours a day helping us
I'll be down
rescue
shortly.
and treat these animals over 8 to 10 days.
But do you think Falcon Heavy's just exhausted here? I mean, he's pausing. I think we're in the way. Let's move the camera out of the way.
It's an eventful morning.
Joe, come over this side here. Let's get. I wonder whether we're in his path. And see, sure enough, there we're in his path, and there he goes.
Here, you got a little extra time to put on the coat.
There he goes. There he goes. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah.
That's
and
nice.
let the water when it
All right, so
wait, it took a turn for a few
I'd
moments.
say going into the sunset, but going into the sunrise here.
Oh, beautiful, Carrie.
There we go.
Okay. Come on, Falcon.
Precious moment, and it's really, and it's so important to point out, endangered. So the 5,300 that popped to the surface, that washed in, you guys rescued so many, and had you not, it would have been a real loss.
Yeah, sea turtles are on the endangered species list, so that means they were dangerously near extinction. So without volunteers and the helpers for these 5,300 and all the ones that we were able to rescue, this would have had a pretty catastrophic impact on the population here on South Padre Island, and could have easily wiped out 30 years worth of a legacy of Sea Turtle Lake. So we are so grateful for the help and the people that dedicated their time to help Falcon Heavy and his buddies recuperate and return to the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, what a surprise that SpaceX and Elon Musk were there at the ready with the equipment pulled from the launch pad to get over here, because without the power, you wouldn't have had any warmth, and without any electricity to create that warmth, we wouldn't be witnessing this moment right here.
Everything to our aid in our darkest hour, literally and figuratively. So we are so grateful for that, and that's the reason why we named Falcon Heavy Falcon Heavy.
And guys, it's really interesting as we see Falcon Heavy going in the water here. You'd say, wow, success, it's over. But no, there is more. There is still one other named Starship, which is in recovery. So Starship soon will be joining Falcon Heavy back out on the Gulf of Mexico.
That's right. Starship's got a little bit more time to go, but
All right, so that was the story I saw this morning, which is isn't that wonderful?
I saw something really funny to show you. That's from last year with your voice in it. You was yelling at somebody. Antoine and thing.
Yeah, and they taped me.
Oh no, it was me. I taped you.
Oh.
I didn't tape your face, but I taped that.
Yeah.
You were yelling at them. It was so funny.
Do you see how much better I am this year? That was for not yelling.
Hold on. That was the funniest part. You might say, oh shoot. When he started talking about the theme song, I was like, yo.
They're unbelievable.
Right. That was the funniest. That's so funny. I know Imani about the what you call this, so I told him like, I remember that day. That's funny.
All right, so this is the schizophrenic. This worm, 83 million people. If it gets in humans, it affects the spleen, the bladder, the lungs, and the liver. So S. mansonis eggs exit the body through urine and feces, and then seeks out aquatic snails where they multiply and grow. To complete their life cycle, the parasite returns to water in search of human skin to penetrate
That sounds so
once
crazy
more.
Sounds like crazy.
All right, so we're back to the first one. So let's look at the comparison here. All right, so we have some genetic data about each one that we can use to make our tree. So I am going to close that out. I am going to open the genetic data, and we are going to start building the tree. And so C position 7. So 3 fall into that. So that is this one. I wonder what's this. So Ezuli, I am going to make that our starting point. And then 1, yeah, 1, Mara, 2, Mara, and Mansuni. Oops. Come on. 4, okay. All right. And TTTC. And I think this is a separate one. All right, so let's try this. So we put this one first. No, all right, so this is C position 7 for those 3. Then we have T position 2. That's everybody. So let's put this down here. All right. Position, oh, that I'm wrong. That's a goof up. T position 2 is over there. T position 4 is what goes down here. T position 4. All right. And then T position 8 are 2. Mahani and Masoni. Okay. We got those 2 together. Mahani and Masoni. Yeah, those 2 go together. What I got wrong here? Position 2, position 4. Oh, okay, I should put it here, I think. There we go. All right, so our question, if blood flukes were to exhibit strict copial over millions of years, you would predict the blood flukes, what's a coprial? That's a new word.
Cockroach. It
Let's-
sounds so familiar though.
Let's look that up. Oh, is the process when the parasite and host stay together. It's like, I want to say ticks, but it's not. Lice. Lice, the history of lice. Lice started on animals, but when men went into caves, the lice said, oh, we like people. And so all of a sudden, since the cavemen, they've been with us. All right, so back to the question. Can we predict evolve in a way that's completely different, or same. And I am going to say same, which is correct. All right, so let's go back here. Which one of the blood flukes infects humans? Let's go back here. That's the red snapper, crocodile. This is the one. It is SCHISTOSOMAMANSONI. Which blood fluke is mostly... Oh, so... This is so actually both G O Mega and H MEHRAI. I don't know how I got caps lock. All right, so so there we go. Let me stop